Good morning everyone. Today we have to study the first poem of Standard 10th from your first flight book, and the title of the poem is Dust of Snow by Robert Frost. Well known poet. He is an American poet and he is known for his depiction and he is known for his speech, colloquial speech. Just we have to know first of all about the poet, an American poet who was well known for his rural depiction. He writes about the common people, he writes about the nature, and recently whatever we are going to read, the poetry, the title is Dust of Snow, that's also written and that tells about the nature. And an American poet who was well known for his rural depiction. He got 4 Pulitzer Prizes. On July 22, 1961, he was named Poet Laureate of Vermont. It means he was given such a title. And the poet deals with a very significant moment. Significant moment means just the poet wants to tell that it means even a small, very small event can change our mood. It can change our mental condition, and what happened in this poem we have to know. So first of all, Dust of Snow, the title dust of snow means snow, you know very well. Snow, whenever it means snowy area that is covered with snow, and when it will just become water, and that is nowhere. That's melted water. That's what it means, frosty water, and known as snow. And dust means somebody dusting. Dusting means what happens when there is some dust on your book. That time you dust it, and that is dusting. So dust of snow. What happens? Somebody has got the dust on his shirt, on his body, and dust on his dusting that one. The title deals with this, and it's a very small point, but it gives a very significant meaning. It tells about our mood, how our mood changes. Suppose what happens, you are feeling very boring at your home, and suddenly your father makes a plan that you have to go on trip. That time suddenly you feels like flying in the air. Your mood is changed totally. In the same way, the condition of the poet, what happened in this poem, we have to know after reading the stanzas. It's a very small poem, only 2 stanzas, 8 lines. Just see. The way a crow shook down on me, the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. Then the first line, the way a crow shook down on me. The way means if the poet was passing from some area, and when he came near under a tree, and suddenly a crow was sitting on that, and he dusted the tree, and the frost came on poet's body. In that way, he tells dust of snow from a hemlock tree. Just see, you will see here, hemlock tree, that's a poisonous plant. Poisonous plant. That's a poisonous plant. Whatever has been mentioned here, that's very, it means that's not enjoyable and that's not good thing. Just you will see the crow, and just you will see hemlock tree, and you will see snow. These all signify the bad omen. It tells about the bad thing. When the area is snowed, full of snow, so that time it happened. The greenery of the nature ends. Whenever you see the crow, and the voice of the crow is very harsh. We don't like the crow voice. And hemlock, that's a poisonous tree, and whenever somebody, it means taste it, he gets problem, even he can die. In that way, whatever has been mentioned in this poem, everything is negative. Even then, the nature has given them and a life, and everything has their significance in this world. We cannot forget it. and so the poet mentions here everything what have been mentioned here, it means very less significance, but even then sometimes it becomes very favorable. The poet tells the way crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. The poet was crossing from somewhere, and there was a hemlock tree poisonous tree, and when he was crossing from there, a crow was sitting on that, and he dusted the snow from there, and it came upon the poet's body. And now when he saw upside, when he saw the tree, there was a crow, and that was flying, and the tree was covered with snow, and these all things given a change of mood, has given my heart a change of mood, and saved some part of a day I had ruled. Now the poet else has given my heart a change of mood. It tells that the poet was upset, the poet was sad, he was moody, and he was crossing from the way, and when he came in the contact of the crow, the poisonous plant, that is hemlock and snow, when he came in those contact, and now when he gets some effect, when he got some problem from there, but it was not problem for him. He tells that it was favorable for me, and when it happened, this incident took place on me, I was totally fresh, and whatever was in my mind, and my mood was not good, I was not feeling well, but when it happened, I became very relaxed, I became very happy. It means all those bad moments that was in my heart was vanished, and now I became fresh. Even a bad moment, even it means the things which has very less significant, but it comes on right time, that gives a change of mood, like the poet here. So, has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had. And now you tell that the day was left, some day was left, so that's why till now I started to enjoy that day, I started to it means apply the rest of day in a right way, and I started to work in a positive way. Very small poem, but a very significant theme of the poem. You can see only two stanzas are there, but they are giving very meaningful theme, very meaningful meaning that happens with everybody. Just I narrated you before that whenever you are at home, you are not feeling well, but what happens? And suddenly something happens with you, and that gives you a change. Your mood is totally changed. And in that way, what happened with the poet? That's significant, and that tells about that we should not be separated from anything. Even a very small significant things can give you a very blessing things. So that's why we should not ignore them. The poet was overall on this theme. And now you knew about the poet Robert Frost, who was a American poet. You know very well about that. And just you saw the Dust of Snow title. It means why the poet has given the title Dust of Snow, because all the theme had been imagined on dust of snow. So that's why the title is very relevant. And now I would like to tell you what the poetic devices had been used in this poem. The poetic devices are: first one, rhyming scheme. Rhyming scheme, I taught you before also, and right now again I would like to mention that the poet rhyming scheme means you will have to see all the words of last lines of every stanza, and in that way you can give the rhyming scheme. So first stanza you will have to see crow. You will have to give the name A. Second stanza, last word me. Crow and me is not mingling. F not sounding together, so that's why we have to give another name B. And next one, snow and crow is together. It's the same sound, so that's why A. And tree and me are mingling together, so here B. Just the rhyming scheme is A B A B. This is the rhyming scheme of the poetic device. Next one, enjambment. What is enjambment in the poetry? If two two or more than two lines are when started without any pause, without any full stop, without any comma, and that's the regular writing started. In that way, this will be enjambment. You can see the sentence, lines without full stop. The way a crow swooped down on me, the dust of snow from a hammock. Just you saw, there were not any full stop, comma, there were not any punctuation marks. So that's why the poetic device is enjambment. Next one, assonance. And what is assonance? First of all, you will have to know. Assonance means if the vowel sound is prominent in any lines, that will be assonance. Just you can see the line shook, vowel sound down, vowel sound o. That's o and o. They are prominent. They are same sounding together in one line. So that's why the poetic device is assonance. Next one, again enjambment. You will see the next line. A change of mood and saved some part of a day I had ruled. Just you will see another full stop has been given. So in next line again you will see the part of enjambment here. Next one, alliteration. Alliteration means consonant sound in one line. In every line you will see one line. If the same consonant sound has been used, that will be alliteration. Had, heart, saved some. S, SS and HH. That's in every, it means in each line you will see had and heart in one line has come. So that's why this is alliteration. And next one. Next one is consonance. Consonance means assonance, vowel sound, consonance, consonant sound. Consonant sound can come anywhere in the line. It doesn't matter that the first letter. The first letter is coming to that time, that will be alliteration. And consonance means anywhere it can come. Just see, day, had, D, and root D. Just D is coming in each word in one line. That will be consonance. I think the poetic devices have been completed. First of all, rhyming scheme A B. Second one, enjambment. You can see the poem that had not any full stop, comma, and whatever. So that is enjambment, poetic device. Assonance. Assonance means the sound which is from the vowel. Just see. Assonance, vowel sound. Soak, down, on. O and O you will see here. That's similar. Enjambment, again you will see the next stanza. Enjambment is here because the full stop, comma, whatever has not been used here. Alliteration, consonant sound that every word has started. The first word has, every word has started in one line in the same consonant sound, that will be alliteration. And consonance means in one line you will see any word that is consonant and that is prominent. Prominent कहने का मतलब just you will see what here, they, had and root. Then they, D, had, D, and root, D. It means at last, in the middle, everywhere it can come. So that will be consonants. And I think the poem is completed. Now we will have to revise. You will have to do the question answer. You have your books. You will do the question answer at your home and try to understand whatever I have taught you. And take care. Goodbye.